Welcome back to a new guide from the GTA series videos crew. This is Gary7MT again, dropping today's vid. This time we'll talk about the elite challenges added by Rockstar Games in the 3 finales of the Doomsday Heist update acts. We got tips, tricks, and know-how for mastering these challenges, whether your team has 2, 3, or even 4 players. Now, before getting too deep in details, here's a little background on the challenges. Tied exclusively to the final mission of each act, the elite challenges can be completed by playing the missions in normal rather than hard. While the original elite challenges in the heist update were harder to achieve due to extreme time limits or number of enemies, in the Doomsday Heist these challenges are pretty easy to complete, if you have a shitload of money to blow and friends to have your back. The reward for pulling off these challenges is only $150,000 total. $50,000 for each finale completed with elite status, and an achievement or trophy if you're on a PS4. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, you don't even get a damn t-shirt to wear in the game. In stark contrast to other challenges in the game that have strict requirements, the elite challenges let you do pretty much whatever you want. Change the number of players or teammates, play missions out of order, and if you or a pal dies, it's no big deal. You just need to launch the mission again from the beginning. And the same goes if you fail it. Just don't hit restart, cause that automatically voids the challenge. The other rule is to avoid the trip skip feature. The hardest part of elite challenges is the time limit. Despite being generous, it could be impossible to finish the mission in time if you have the wrong facility. To make things easier, either change the facility you own before starting the first and second act finales, or find players who own the right facility and let them start the mission. For the first act, the best is the Grand Noire desert facility. While in the second, the cheapest is fine cause it's at Paleto Bay. Once you've selected the right location, completing the elite challenges becomes hella easier. For the third act, the Sandy Shores facility is the closer one to the location where players have to get the vehicle between the Kanjali or the barrage. Unlike the other 2 finales, by the way, your starting point doesn't matter because the timer for the elite challenge doesn't start as soon as you leave the facility, but when the destination point on the map will change into the Kanjali and barrage icons. With that said, let's move on to the missions. If not specified, all the tactics and info we give are based on the hardest way to achieve the elite status, with 2-player teams and hard difficulty. Clearly, if these missions are played on a lower difficulty and with more team members, things are definitely going to be easier for everyone. Before starting any finale, be sure to have a full supply of body armor available and ammunition, and snacks available free from the secretary at the desk inside the facility. Also, be sure that one teammate has a timer, and let him set it for the first act to 5 minutes and 29 seconds.
Why do you do that?
Because it makes me feel tingly inside. It's enjoyable.
Yeah. So, Clifford and I analyzed the data.
The elite challenge in the first finale is not particularly hard to achieve, but it is necessary for the leader to own the Grand Noire desert facility. The timer for the elite will start as soon as you gain control over your character at the end of the cutscene, showing the team leaving the facility. Select an armored Kuruma as a starting vehicle, and once you've reached the entrance of the IAA facility, waste the 4 enemies outside. At the end of the cutscene, split into 2 teams. The first team covers the high ground on the left, using the minigun firing left to right to kill the bulk of foes, while the second moves on the right with a good rifle to clean up the lower floor and bridge in the middle. From this moment on, stay behind the member with the most health and armor. This way, the teammates have time to get snacks and armor if needed. When using snacks, make sure to be in cover or you'll trigger an animation that leaves you at the mercy of the enemy. With the facility's interior clear of enemies, it's time to get back to the war room. But beware of enemies spawning inside of it once all the other enemies have been killed. With the team on the turrets, check the timer. The rest of the mission is pretty much scripted, and with a team of 4, it takes 40 to 50 seconds to end it. Add 10 seconds more for each absent team member. So, If by this point your timer is 40 seconds or less from the time limit, it's better just to fail the mission and start over. If instead you still have a good minute or more left, push on with the mission. To be faster with the turret, press both fire buttons. This simultaneous action brings the Payne with both missiles and a mounted machine gun. During this part, you also have to accomplish the second objective for the Elite, killing 78 enemies. They will reach the area using helicopters and mesas, and you have to kill all of them before they can breach the entrance of the facility or run away. Split the area into 2 or more sectors, according to the number of teammates, so that each player is responsible for their own zone. Once all enemies are dead, the mission ends and returns to your character view. This is when the Elite timer stops.
Everything's fine. I know these people.
Let's move now into the second act. To avoid time wasting and useless trips, make sure your leader owns the Paleto Bay facility. It's closest to the Avenger and the Stromberg, and the only one that allows enough time for the team to beat the Elite challenge minutes before the limit, not just seconds. The timer for the Elite starts as soon as you take control of your character at the end of the cutscene showing the team leaving the facility. Take a fast vehicle, and once over the hill, bust a quick right to hit the parking space in front of the Los Santos Custom. From there, reaching the Avenger and the Stromberg takes only seconds. Once in the Avenger, fly to the checkpoint and gain altitude, making sure that your icon on the minimap touches the second line of the altimeter. Then, with the plane facing away from Mount Chiliad, put the Avenger on autopilot. This way, when the enemy choppers reach your position, their low altitude will make it impossible for them to attack you, giving you enough time to destroy them. There are 3 enemy helicopter spawning points. The most active 2 are above the sawmill on the left and over an island on the right, both spawning buzzards. The third is between the 2, usually above the Paleto Wilderness area. All you have to do is find the rhythm between the spawns and keep it regular. Once the submarine team exits the sub, 3 final helicopters spawn. Take them down and get back to the Avenger's controls. With the plane in VTOL mode, reach a small area with coral and sea plants where you can land. This way, the sub team isn't forced to reach the beach. This cuts all kinds of shit enemies sent there by Avon are bound to stir up. Board the Stromberg, hit the sea, and get to the sub. Once the cutscene ends, grab your favorite weapon and commence giving your enemies hell. Your destination point is a trader inside a cell on the 3rd level beneath you. After finding the rat bastard, avoid engaging the remaining enemies. Instead, go back the way you came, reach the control room, and interact with the panel in the middle to start a long cutscene. At the end of it, you'll find yourself in scuba gear. Your objective? Swimming away from an exploding submarine before it kills you. Take full advantage of the scuba gear. Keep moving forward and stay deep till the Avenger team has cleared any choppers. Then reach the little light blue triangle on the radar and wait there to board the Avenger. From then on, you'll need around 2.5 minutes to reach your destination and end the mission. Check the timer, and if you have enough, go for it. Otherwise, this is the moment to quit and start over. With enough time on the clock, switch into full airplane mode and reach Devin Weston Hangar at the entrance of the Los Santos Airport. Remember to re-enable VTOL mode before landing. Unfortunately, the Avenger can't land as an airplane. The Elite timer stops when the ending cutscene starts.
Oh, I feel like such a fool! My whole life, I have hated successful people, never trusted anyone. I've doubted and loathed and acted like a creep.
The hardest Elite challenge is the last one. That's because it's pretty long and a lot of random shit can jump off. First things first, the facility. Any of them are okay, because the timer for the Elite Challenge doesn't start when you gain control of your character, but rather when the blue barrage and Khanjali icons appear on the map. Choosing the right vehicle is obviously important. The Khanjali is definitely slower, but it will take you to the end of the tunnel safe and sound, while also giving you the chance to kill the first 4 Juggernauts without breaking a sweat. But zero risk comes at a cost. A good couple of minutes wasted due to the speed of the Khanjali. The amount of time given, half an hour, is definitely enough to ensure the success of the mission and the challenge using the Khanjali or the barrage. The first part of this mission is focused on killing clones and Juggernauts, 4 at the end of the tunnel and another after the second gate, before the passage splits. The last 2 before the mid-season cutscene. Together with the Juggernauts, we also have to face a heavy battalion of clones. But the important thing is to continuously move forward and use the cover only to gain health, or if you have to use the interaction menu for snacks or body armor. After the cutscene, you can start counting headshots. You can count those done before, but it's during the hacks that clones spawn infinitely, putting you in the right place and time to score the right number. During the first 2 hacks, the spawning is a little slow, but during the 3rd and 4th hacks, you'll have plenty fuckers to kill. Always keep in contact with your hacker, who is invulnerable during hacks, and if your numbers are low, ask your teammate to keep the hacking active to waste time on his own, giving you time to splatter some more heads. Once the number is reached, give the OK to the hacker and go on with the mission. A word on hacks. Put the most logical teammate in charge. Hacks aren't hard, but do require a certain calm and cool to pull off. Remember, you have 2 lives for each hack, and you're allowed to burn some red nodes, but you don't have to waste all your chances or you'll fail the challenge. With the headshots done and the hacks completed, check your timer. From this moment on, you'll need at least from 6 to 7 minutes. So if 5 is all you got left, you should call it and start again. But if you got the time, clean the area of remaining enemies and use the orbital cannon after. From then on, the mission is pretty damned easy. All you have to do is waste some more clones, reach the silo, and after a cutscene, spray the sky with missiles to take down enemy choppers and Avon. With Avon dead, check your timer again. The only thing left is to get to the land at the observatory, which only takes a minute or 2. If the remaining time is less than this, fail the mission. If you have more, finish it and enjoy your rewards.
Clifford?
Oh, Clifford. It's gonna be like he never existed. He'll probably be turned into call center software or GPS for skateboards.
Thank you, all of you.
And that's all for this guide on the elite challenges of the Doomsday Heist. For more updates, keep following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you want to chat with players, other fans, or simply find someone to play with, join us on our official Discord server. From GTA Series Videos, I'm Gary7 saying until next time.